Hey guys, this is April, your favorite librarian, and I'm here to introduce 3 books to you today. And it's your lucky day because I got 3 graphic novels, and 3 of my favorite graphic novels. Now we all love graphic novels. They're growing in popularity because, of course, we get to look at pictures while we read a story, and sometimes the art is fantastic. But I chose 3 that are especially good if you like to learn about different cultures or travel to different places, or you wonder what it's like to be in somebody else's skin who's different from you. So my first one today is called American Born Chinese, and I assumed, of course, that it's going to be about a boy who lives in America but is from China or lives in a Chinese family. So it threw me off when I started it and found it to be about a monkey king who wants to be equal with the gods, and so to do that he learns kung fu and how to be like powerful, and then goes to their dinner party and gets kicked out, and so he's like, I'm gonna go beat the gods, and I'm like, what is this? This is not about a boy in a school. But then, okay. Then I find out there are actually 3 stories that go along throughout the whole book. One is about the Monkey King, who it turns out is a big character in Chinese folklore. So that's cool to learn about. But it is also about this little boy who loves his Transformer and wants to be a Transformer when he grows up. And it turns out he he was living in Chinatown in San Francisco, used to being with other Chinese people, and suddenly he moves to a town and to a school where he's the only Chinese boy, and he gets bullied, and he finds a girl that he likes, but then he's told to stay away from her because he's different, and so he struggles with who he is, and he wants to transform and be somebody else. So it's a lot about him finding his identity. And what really disturbed me at first, there's a 3rd story about this really terribly stereotypical Chinese character bothering this high school kid. And so I was like, oh, where is it going with this? But then all 3 stories come together at the end to make you go, aha. But I can't tell you how, because you have to read this book. So it's really good about this kid embracing his identity and working through the issues of being culturally different in a place that's maybe not very accepting, but he has to learn to value who he is. So that was good. Okay, my second book is called Diary of a Tokyo Teen, which is a little bit misleading because the author, Christine Marie Inzer, is not actually a Tokyo teen. She just visits, but she's really Japanese, and this is really her diary. She just spent the first 5 years of her life in Japan and then grew up in America. So she's very American, but for this book she goes and visits her grandparents who do still live in Japan. She visits them for 8 weeks, and this book is her travel diary of the time she was there, and she fills it with all these pictures about the food she eats and what she does with her grandma, and she talks about Tokyo fashion and how cute the boys are and about the celebrities that are on TV. She talks about the places she visits, like this rock garden where she tries to meditate, and she has trouble because she's still American and she's afraid that people realize she's not actually Japanese. She doesn't really know how to do this. So there's a little bit of anxiety there, and there's a little bit of anxiety when she tries to go to the city by herself, and she's bumped by people, and she's bothered by a guy, and she writes about him in there. But she also learns to have confidence in herself and be okay with not understanding everything. She can still enjoy it, and she knows how to conduct herself when people bother her and how to give them the angry eye, or to yell at them and make them go away. So she learns a lot about who she can be, and how to navigate 2 different cultures that are very different from each other, but each very cool. So I recommend this. It's a lot of fun. It's a much lighter read than the other book. But you get to see what she sees and what she thinks about it. And she's a pretty cool kid. She'll make you want to go to Japan, but go with her because she would be a fun travel buddy. Okay, so our third book is called Dare to Disappoint, and it's another one that's written by the author about her own life. It's written by Ozge Samanci, and she is now living in Chicago, but she grew up in Turkey, and this tells about her childhood and teenage years as a kid in Turkey. She really admires her big sister. She wants to do everything her big sister does. When her sister goes to school, she wants to go to school, and she wants to have a school uniform just like her sister. But she's also got to learn to be herself. And there are a lot of politics in this book. This was a crazy time in Turkey economically. The military did crazy stuff, but it's mostly about her and finding what she wants to do. She wants to be an actor. She wants to be a deep sea diver. She's studying math. She's not good at math. So what's she gonna do? Well, you'll find out. It's pretty cool, and it kind of leads to this book, just dropping a hint. So go check it out. I think you're gonna love it. And I hope you try these books. They're all fun. They all talk about very different cultures. But if you like learning about other people, I think you'll have a great time with these. And they've all got great pictures. So double whammy. Until next time.